Welcome back to WYMT's continuing coverage of a line of severe storms moving through eastern Kentucky. I'm Chief Meteorologist Shane Smith, joined alongside meteorologists Brandon Orr and Allison Rogers as we continue to track a very strong line of storms moving through the mountains. I apologize, we're stepping on top of Andy Griffith today, folks, but this is a pretty powerful line of storms rolling through the mountains. Let's go to Pinpoint Doppler right now and take a look at our current active warnings. And you can see we have several of them here across the region. We're going to start up in West Virginia for our neighbors over in the Mountain State. For Logan, Mingo, and Wayne counties, you're under a severe thunderstorm warning until 5:15. Now we move back in towards eastern Kentucky. Floyd, Johnson, Magoffin, Martin, Morgan, and Pike counties, you folks have a severe thunderstorm warning until 5:15. One for 5 o'clock for Breathitt, Clay, Floyd, Jackson, Knott, Leslie, Letcher, Magoffin, Owsley, Perry, and Pike counties, and a brand new one that includes the city of London just issued. That is for Clay, Jackson, Laurel, Pulaski, and Rockcastle counties until 5:15. That is a large majority of the WYMT viewing area right now under a severe thunderstorm warning. And folks, these storms are causing a lot of problems with power outages right now. Johnson County, according to Kentucky Power, has 422 customers without power. We go on up to Morgan County, just shy of 700. Go over into Lawrence County, 1,800 Kentucky Power customers without power, and just over 1,100 into Rowan County. So these storms have a history of producing damaging winds, some very intense lightning, and some very heavy rain. I also want to mention the fact that we have a flash flood warning up into portions of Johnson, Morgan, and Magoffin counties. That goes until 7 o'clock tonight. So two main threats, the wind and the lightning, and then the heavy rain that could cause flooding. So a very potent storm system hazard. This storm is about 15 to 20 minutes out of town right now, maybe even a little bit less than that. Pikeville, I'm saying about 15 to 20 minutes for you as well. For my friends and family back over towards London, about 15 minutes for you as well. Somerset, looks like the worst is just going to miss you to the east, but you're going to have some decent rain rolling through there here in the next little bit. Manchester, you're in the line of these storms. Hyden, Hindman, back over towards Prestonsburg. Prestonsburg, you've already been hit. The worst of it now pushing south and east towards Pikeville. What we can do right now is go out to the WYMT weather cam on our front porch and take a look at what's going on. And you will see some very ominous looking skies heading our way. And we are continuing to track this line of storms. Once again, meteorologist Brandon Orr and meteorologist Allison Rogers in the Sky Alert Weather Center right now, tracking these storms, taking a look at what's going on. Guys, what do we have right now?
Well, Shane, the main threat with these thunderstorms that are rolling on through are the damaging wind gusts. And I want to point out it's actually entering in some of our more populated communities of Pikeville over towards Hazard and London. If you're in either of those three towns, you can expect these strong gusty winds to move in likely within the next 15 to 20 minutes. It's moving through very quickly, diving through the south and east at around 55 miles per hour or so. But we are getting some damage reports in. And in fact, trees down is the biggest thing that we're getting across the area. But I know there's we got a report from the emergency manager of a tree down on power lines in a house over on Peyton Avenue. That's near the community of Irvine. And that's the kind of thing we're seeing across the area because the ground is so saturated. We had so much rain over the past week or so that these trees are falling pretty easily. And with 50 to 60 mile per hour wind gust, we're seeing a lot of power outages. Shane just listed those numbers a little bit ago, and I think we'll see them increase. I think we'll see quite a bit of power outages around Pikeville and Hazard and London once these gusty winds finally start to push on through within the next 15 or 20 minutes or so. That's why we're on the air right now, because we are seeing widespread damaging winds move across our entire area. Now, if you're down to the south, you can see there's not much going on down there on Pinpoint Doppler, right around Middlesboro and portions of the Virginia border. That's the case. It's going to be like that, at least for the next hour or so. This line of storms will continue to dive to the south and east. It's just going to take about an hour or so before it gets to the Tennessee and Virginia border, Shane.
Yeah, that's right, Brandon. And once again, folks, we hate to interrupt Andy Griffith. We know you folks love that show. I love that show. It's a classic. But we do have some very, very potent thunderstorms rolling through the region. And unfortunately, this is going to be the first of what looks like 2 to 3 waves of severe weather we have to deal with between now and tomorrow night. Looks like we may see another round like this tomorrow early morning, around 3 or 4 in the morning, and then potentially another round tomorrow afternoon and evening. And that one could be even stronger than this one. So this is a prolonged severe weather threat, and you can see just a very, very strong line of storms. Notice how we go from those greens to the oranges to the reds really quickly on pinpoint Doppler radar. That is a surefire sign there are some very gusty winds in these storms. And once again, if you have any reports of damage, any pictures to share, go ahead and send them to us. Pics at WYMT.com via email. I'm looking at my Twitter page right now. Lori Wells just sent us a picture of some of the storms on the horizon from London. You can send them to pics at WYMT. You can post them on the WYMT Twitter page, the YMT Facebook page, as long as it's safe to do so. We don't want you to get out in the way of harm to do that, but if the storms are past or you can do so safely before they get there, go ahead and send them to us. If you have any reports of damage, be sure to send those to us as well, and we'll pass those along to our friends at the National Weather Service. But once again, this entire line of storms working off to the south and the east at about 45 miles per hour, very gusty winds in these storms, not to mention just tons of lightning. We're waiting for the storms to arrive in Pikeville, Hazard, and London right now. All three communities within the next 15 minutes will likely have very strong winds, heavy rain, and intense lightning moving into their downtowns. A similar situation for our friends in Manchester, Hyden, Hindman, some of the smaller communities along Highway 80 and the Hal Rogers Parkway. This entire line of storms has a severe thunderstorm warning on it. So if you haven't seen the severe weather yet, it's coming your way, friends. About the only ones that it looks like it may clip or miss are back over towards Somerset and Monticello. I think you folks are the only ones that may end up missing out on this, but the rest of us are going to have to deal with this line or have already dealt with it, and still seeing some heavy rain back off to the north in places that have already seen 2 to 3 inches of rain on pinpoint Doppler radar. Now, folks bound in Harlan, Cumberland, Whitesburg, Wise, Virginia, Norton, Virginia, down towards Lee County, back over towards Grundy, you're saying, Shane, where's these storms? They're coming. They're heading your way. They're about an hour away from the Tennessee and Virginia borders right now, and they are going to continue to work their way off to the south and the east. Meteorologist Allison Rogers is over in the Sky Alert Weather Center right now. Allison, you've been monitoring social media. Have you been seeing anything, any reports yet coming in from our viewers?
We are starting to see more viewers send in reports. We actually just got a report about trees down in Breathitt County near Jackson, just west of Jackson actually. We're getting more reports in as the time goes on. We're starting to see more reports coming in through Facebook. We see in Floyd County, we have a video of some of the storms rolling through there. We also have reports from people out in Prestonsburg.
Little minor street flooding
just
there.
Some minor flooding going on out there. Again, these storms do have a lot of rain, so remember to keep that in mind. If you're driving on the roads and you see any standing water, be sure to turn around and don't drown it. It's not worth it to drive through that water. That water is standing and you can't tell how deep it is. So just don't drive through it. Don't risk it.
Yeah, and that's another thing, Allison. Remind folks about that flash flood watch out we have in effect right now.
We do have a flash flood watch in effect until late Tuesday night. It actually goes into early Wednesday morning. So again, we have that flash flood watch that's in effect for all of our viewing area. So keep that in mind as well. These storms also have a lot of lightning in them. So keep that in mind. This is not a good time to be outside. So if you hear any thunder, go ahead and just head inside. Don't try to risk it. Don't be outside because that lightning is pretty dangerous. We're seeing more and more flooding coming in with issues on, let's see, we have...
That's Prestonsburg. Let's go ahead and pull this picture up on the WYMT Facebook page. So this was sent to us from Kim Daniel. That is North Lake Drive, and ironically, it looks like a lake right now as we have very heavy rain causing flooding in Prestonsburg. Looks like at least a couple of inches of water over the road there in Prestonsburg. We're just going to go through and look at a couple more of our viewer picks. Where was that at, Allison?
That one looks like it's in Floyd County there near East Point, Kentucky. So we've got trees down there, branches coming down. Again, this soil is so wet from all of the rain that we've been seeing that it's not taking much to get these trees knocked down onto the ground.
There, and there you can see some ominous looking clouds as the storms rolled into Salyersville. We can see some heavy rain there in Paintsville as the storms move through. Once again, just continue sending us those pictures. There's another one. This was in Stanville by Latasha Pinson. You can see just some ominous, scary-looking clouds on the horizon. We're going to go back to pinpoint Doppler right now as we continue to track these storms as they move off to the south and the east. And there is quite a bit of heavy rain inside of those storms right now as they work off to the south and the east at about 45 to 50 miles per hour. Heavy rain, gusty winds, a lot of lightning. We also continue to have flash flood warnings out for some of our counties. Back off to the north, Rowan County, you have a flash flood warning for the northern part of your county until 7 o'clock tonight. We also have flash flood warnings back over into portions of Morgan, Magoffin counties, and Johnson counties until 7 o'clock. And there you can hear the thunder here in Hazard. Allison, if you don't care, go ahead and pull up the YMT cam, and we'll watch this storm blow in. You can see it is just out to the south or to the north of town right now, heading south. Our camera actually faces south, so you're going to see this storm move in and then come in right over top of us. But we will continue to keep an eye on that storm as it pushes on in. And we'll likely see a lot of heavy rain, some gusty winds, and we're already hearing the thunder. Brandon Orr, what are you seeing right now?
I'm seeing this gusty line of thunderstorms that continues to push through. Now, it's like we mentioned around 15 minutes ago that it was pretty close to Pikeville, Hazard, and London. You have around 5 minutes or so before this gusty line of thunderstorms moves on through. Now, you're taking a live look right now. This is outside of our studios. This is in Black Gold Plaza. It looks right over towards downtown Hazard, and you can actually see that line of showers and thunderstorms that's pushing on through. That's the leading edge. Right ahead of those deep reds and yellows that you see are the wind gusts to 60 and even 70 miles per hour. It's downing trees, it's downing power lines. Don't be surprised if you see some power flickering. We're already getting it here at our studio here in downtown Hazard, some of the power that's flickering. And we'll keep a close eye on this camera here over the next 5 minutes because we should see this gusty winds move through here shortly, Shane.
Yeah, that's right, Brandon. And we're going to go back to the pinpoint Doppler full screen here for a second while we wait for this storm to roll into Hazard. But for folks in Hazard, Pikeville, London, now is the time to take shelter. Once again, these are just severe thunderstorms, but I want to emphasize, these are not your run-of-the-mill severe thunderstorms. These things are likely packing 60 to 70 mile per hour winds, and this is a long bow echo squall line of them. This is not just something that'll pop up and maybe be severe for a few minutes. This has been an ongoing thunderstorm complex that started last night. It rolled through portions of northern Indiana and Illinois early this morning. It has caused wind damage all in its wake. It may end up being classified as a derecho by the time all is said and done. Maybe a little bit of a weaker one, but still some very gusty winds. Part of this squall line as it rolls into eastern Kentucky and through southern West Virginia, and it's going to be moving into Virginia and Tennessee within the next hour. So friends down in Claiborne and Campbell counties, from Lee County back over into Wise County, Dickinson, Buchanan counties. I know you're all are wondering what's going on. When are we going to see the severe weather? It's coming. It's just about 45 minutes to an hour away from you right now. We're seeing the worst of it near Highway 80, the Hal Rogers Parkway, Pikeville, back over towards Hindman, Hazard, Hyden, Manchester, London. You are all in the path of this storm right now, and that's some of our most populated communities in the WYMT coverage area. That's why we're staying on. We're going to keep with this storm until it passes through, and we're going to continue to keep an eye on it as it has a history of producing very gusty winds, also producing lightning, some very heavy rain. We can go back to our weather cam, and you can see those skies are really starting to darken up. We're continuing to talk with our friends over at the National Weather Service in Jackson. We are seeing a report of a tree down near Highway 30, 15 to 20 feet tall and estimated to be about 6 inches round. So those are some decent sized trees. Also a new report in from Morgan County, thunderstorm wind damage, tree on Caudle Road on Highway 705 there in Morgan County. So once again, if you have any reports of trees or power lines down, be sure to send them to us. Also, if you see a power line down, call the utility company, let them know, and do not try to drive over a down power line. That will cause a whole lot of issues. That is not very safe. We're seeing those power outages stretching even farther to the south now. Breathitt County has about 320 people without power. Johnson County 760, Martin County it looks like about 470, and you can see that line is moving in right on top of Hazard right now. We've got the double box pulled up. You can see in the top right where we have the Skycam. Bottom left you've got pinpoint Doppler, and this is one potent thunderstorm about to roll into Hazard, Brandon Orr.
That's right. The wind gusts are just now hitting downtown Hazard. So if you're in Hazard and you don't feel the wind gusts, just wait around 30 seconds. It's headed your way. We're hearing it now outside of our studios, and that's what you're looking at that camera is right outside of our studios looking over downtown. And I suspect the heavy rain will start here within the next 5 minutes, and we won't be able to see anything. We won't even be able to see downtown because it's so heavy. But right now we're getting those heavy wind gusts out ahead of the rain, because the winds will pick up at their strongest point right on the leading edge of those heavy showers and thunderstorms that are pushing on through. But although we're showing you Hazard, it's also moving into Pikeville at this exact time, and it's moving over through portions of London and Laurel County right now as well. And it will not take long if you're in Pineville, Williamsburg, over towards Whitesburg and Letcher County, or right there along the Virginia border in our Virginia counties. It will not take long to get there. Likely within the next hour, this line will have moved through our entire viewing area.
Yeah, that's right, Brandon. And this line packing a serious punch. The storms are knocking on our door here in Hazard. We are hearing that thunder, and you can see that is one very ominous looking sky. And wow, some very heavy rain has fallen. Brandon, on the backup computer, let's pull up the total rain product just northwest of Paintsville, as it looks like some of the areas up there now getting close to 3 inches. Once again, guys, if you have pictures or reports, tweet the weather team, Shane WYMT, Brandon Orr WYMT, Allison WYMT, or just plain at WYMT. We will, of course, get those pictures out there as soon as we can. It is a very stormy afternoon here in Eastern Kentucky. These storms containing damaging winds in excess of 50 to 60 miles per hour, and you can see it. Let's double box this with the, let's go back to this regular pinpoint Doppler and the double box with the wind, because it just knocked the power off here in Hazard. We're flickering right now at WYMT, so if we can, there we go, thank you. You can see that gusty wind really starting to blow into the city of Hazard. The clouds are going dark. It is causing a lot of problems here, folks, and you can see that heavy rain starting to fall just over the hill, and we'll continue to keep a very close eye on this as this storm is pushing into Hazard. Also, even though we don't have a camera over in Pikeville right now, the same situation going on in Pikeville and a similar situation in North London. I would say right around London Elementary and points to the south. It's maybe getting close now to where it looks like Highway 192 down on the east end of London. So that is also continuing to push off to the south and the east. So once again, this entire line of storms, here comes the heavy rain here into London, or here into Hazard. We can hear it on the rooftops. And we are just having all sorts of some mechanical issues now because of that storm kicking the power. Brandon Orr, tell us a little bit about this line as it is moving in.
That's right. We're not going over the specific severe thunderstorm warnings because basically if there's a thunderstorm out there, it has a severe thunderstorm warning on it, and that covers just about all of southeastern Kentucky. So if you're down near Whitesburg, Harlan, Pineville, Barberville, Williamsburg, even over towards McCurry County, the line of storms is moving within the next hour or so. And then right now it's moving over downtown Hazard. You can see the live look on our camera as the heavy rain really starts to move on in. We already had those wind gusts, and the power has been flickering here in downtown Hazard. I wouldn't be surprised to see quite a bit of power outages from Pikeville, Hazard on over towards London. All 3 towns are actually under a severe thunderstorm warning right now, and that also includes Manchester, Hyden. If you're around the Hindman area, you're already getting the heavy rain and seeing the strong wind gust. So next in line, let's go through some cities, and we'll take you through pinpoint Doppler, and you can actually see that along with our other camera that's outside in Hazard. Elkhorn City in far eastern Pike County, right there along the Tennessee, or the Virginia border, I should say, near Dickinson and Buchanan County in Virginia. And then down towards Letcher County near Whitesburg, we're also getting some pretty hefty showers and thunderstorms that will move in within the next hour. Harlan within the next hour, that's the same with Pineville, and over towards Williamsburg. But the main threat with these is the damaging wind gusts. We're not seeing any tornadoes. We do not have any reports of tornadoes across eastern Kentucky with this batch of thunderstorms right now. The main threat with these is the very heavy rainfall, which can cause some flash flooding, as well as the damaging wind gust of upwards of 60 or more miles per hour in some of these as well, Shane.
Yeah, that's right, Brandon. And once again, this line of storms just really packing a punch. We've had power flicker now here at the station about 2 or 3 times. It's causing havoc with some of our computers, but we're staying with this. Once again, if you're just now joining us, getting ready to tune in for WKYT News at 5. This is Chief Meteorologist Shane Smith here on WYMT Mountain News. We're going to be staying with severe weather coverage here for at least the next 15 to 20 minutes, maybe a half hour or so, as the winds are continuing to rip on this line of severe storms that are pushing across eastern Kentucky. You can see the heavy rain and the lightning outside right now of the WYMT studio, courtesy of our weather cam on the front porch, and it is just showing the driving rain and the very gusty winds as the heart of this storm is now moving through downtown Hazard, also moving through our neighbors to the east in Pikeville and our friends to the west in London. So, this is just a very potent line of storms that is working off to the south and the east. Just getting a lot of pictures on my Twitter page, some shelf clouds from Floyd County as the storms moved in. We've seen several pictures of that, seen several reports of trees down, limbs knocked down. Had that report up in Breathitt County, several reports of power outages. So once again, folks, this is a very potent line of storms that is currently working its way through the mountains, and it's going to continue to take about another hour or so before we get it out of the coverage area, Brandon.
Yeah, it's moving through pretty quickly. It's not going to take very long to get through the area, especially with those wind gusts out ahead of it. 55 to 60 miles per hour, and that's the exact same speed that it's moving as it gets ready to cross the Virginia border here shortly, and also near the Tennessee border. Now, areas that have already seen the rain so far this afternoon, you're clear from the very strong gusty winds. You're just not clear from the very heavy rainfall that is producing some minor flooding in some locations. The rain's coming down pretty heavy. You can see it there on our camera outside of our studios how heavy the rain is coming down. In fact, some locations have seen upwards of 3 inches of rainfall just out of these storms this afternoon alone, on top of all the rain that we've had this past week. We've only had 1 day of a break, and that was on Saturday from the rain. And it looks like we're getting more storms overnight tonight and into tomorrow morning that could cause more heavy rainfall on top of what we're getting right now.
Yeah, and one thing I want to remind folks too, you're watching WYMT in Hazard, Kentucky, channel 57. We're broadcasting out of Hazard, and we are continuing long-form severe weather coverage because we have 2 threats right now. We have severe thunderstorms and we have flash flooding. I want to remind everyone we've got a flash flood warning for portions of Lawrence County until 7:30, portions of Johnson, Morgan, and Magoffin counties until 7 o'clock, and Rowan County and Elliott County until 6:45. And once again, that's where the flood concern is right now. Also, the gusty winds moving through Pikeville, Hazard, London. Right now, if that storm, if you see it, it is severe. It is producing very strong winds. It is knocking down trees and power lines. There is a lot of lightning in these storms, and they are causing some serious headaches right now across eastern Kentucky. And we are continuing to keep an eye on them as they move through the region. And our power is it is struggling right now, folks. Every time you're hearing that loud squeal, that's us taking a power hit.
Yeah, we have some buttons that are going off whenever the power flickers, but you can also see the light flickering on some of our cameras too, and that's all the lightning that is occurring. Allison, you were talking about earlier all the heavy lightning, cloud-to-ground lightning that's associated with these storms.
That's right. We have plenty of cloud-to-ground lightning associated with these storms, especially where you're seeing all of the reds and yellows. That is where we're seeing most of our lightning, but again, it doesn't take much. We're seeing plenty of lightning with this storm going throughout that entire line of thunderstorm, or that entire line of rain. And again, the reds are the heavier rain, the yellows the heavier rain as well. And back behind it is some green, which means some lighter rain, but that doesn't mean we're getting rid of our flooding issues. We're still dealing with the flood warnings and of course the severe thunderstorm warnings that are in our area now. So this storm, as it continues to progress, we're not done with the issues. We still have to deal with the flooding as this heavy rain continues to push out of our viewing area. Shane?
Yeah, that's right. And Allison, we're getting some new damage reports from our friends at the National Weather Service in Jackson. A storm report from a spotter just came in from East Bernstead of a tree down across Highway 490. That was just a few minutes ago. Once again, folks, these winds continuing to just cause problems across the area. If you have any reports of damage and can do so safely, send them to us on the WYMT Facebook page. We're trying to get the computer back up so we can pull up your pictures. Just the power flickering causing a few problems with that. But overall, this is just a very potent line of storms producing some very strong winds. It's going to take about another 15 to 30 minutes to get it down out of the Howard Rogers Parkway corridor and down along the Tennessee and Virginia borders. And we will continue to keep an eye on that. But guys, we also have the potential of more severe weather tomorrow. Brandon and Allison, if you guys want to talk about that for a little bit.
That's right. Even tonight, we could see another round of showers and thunderstorms pushing on through. So this is only round one, and we've been advertising this all weekend long. There's still more severe weather to go through tomorrow, and we'll get to that once it comes a little bit closer. We're likely seeing another threat similar to today of widespread severe thunderstorms yet again tomorrow afternoon. But Allison, this line continues to push through. We talked about the power outages that it's calling all across the area, from Pikeville, Hazard, all over towards London, as this line continues to push pretty close to the Virginia border. So if you're anywhere within 20 minutes of the Virginia border, you can expect this line to move through in about 30 minutes ago. But you mentioned some of the flooding, big time rainfall coming out of this too, Allison.
That's right. We have plenty of rainfall dropping down with this system. Just storm total, so far, storm total rainfall out near Painesville, we're looking at anywhere close to 3 inches, even close to 4 for some. As far as for where we are right here in Hazard, just within this, as the storm has pushed through, we've seen our rain totals go from 1/2 inch to 1 inch in the past couple of minutes. So this storm is really dropping some heavy rain. So again, if you're driving and you come across standing water, just turn around. Do not bother to risk it. It's just not worth it. We're seeing lots of flooding, and we're also seeing lots of issues with the lightning causing some power outages. Of course, we're having issues here at our station. We're seeing our power come and go as the storm continues to progress onward. So again, we have plenty of threats that go along with this storm, and we're also dealing with the wind threats as well. We're seeing some strong winds with this as well. So we're dealing with plenty of issues. Brandon?
Yeah, and you talked about the flooding a little bit earlier. We're actually pulling up some photos that we got of some flooding over near the Painesville area that continues to move through. Now, if we switch over to our other weather computer, this is how much rainfall has actually fallen over some areas. And right now it's zoomed in, and I'll step on to show you over towards Painesville and the Martin and Johnson areas, in excess of 3 inches. You can see that one little spot of green and even some yellows across portions of northern Martin. Flooding not too long ago in the Tudor Key community. We have some pictures out of Tudor Key we'll show you coming up here in just a moment of some of the flooding, but this is where we're getting some of this big time flooding just to the north of Painesville and even towards the border right there. I've had some photos of some flooding going through some of the smaller creeks and streams filling up because the water cannot soak into the ground. It's so saturated that it's all runoff, and that's why we're getting some of this flooding that's moving through the area. So let's head on over and show you some of these pictures that we're getting throughout the area. And you can see this one is up near the Painesville area of some flooding. I'm not sure exactly. Shane, do you know where that is exactly?
That was near that was Painesville. I can't see on the sign. It looks like just can't make it out right now, Brandon.
Yeah, I know it's right around the Painesville area, but I know the second one.
Oh yeah, go on to the next one, Allison.
Yeah, this one is in the Tudor Key community where we saw that big time flooding not too long ago. No reports of any road closures as so far. We're going to check on those, or any flooding into homes or anything. We've had many reports. You saw that church that we showed you of the flooding this past week out in that community. Now you're getting some more pictures sent in over near Prestonsburg earlier on this afternoon, over near the Dollar General, the BB&T, and that's a shelf cloud. It looks very ominous as it comes through, and when you see something like that, it's showing some of the big time wind gusts. When you see that cloud, that line of just a solid line of cloud moving at you, that's right there along those strong gusty winds that have been pushing through the area. Now let's head on over to Pinpoint Doppler, and we'll take a tour to show you who's getting the thunderstorms right now with the severe wind gust and who is next in line for some of those. So let's start over here near the Virginia border on the eastern side of Pike County. If you're anywhere or within 10 minutes of the Virginia border in Pike County, including Buchanan and Dickinson County in Virginia, you have around 30 minutes before this line of thunderstorms move through. If you're in any of our Virginia counties, you want to go in and bring in some loose items because they'll certainly blow around in 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts. Also some heavy rainfall over in the Pikeville area. A little bit farther down, we're getting some heavy rainfall, still some gusty winds and power flickering in downtown Hazard right now in Perry County. And that's also including portions of Hindman and Knott County. Letcher and Harlan are next in line. So if you're in Cumberland, if you're over towards Whitesburg, you're hearing the lightning, or seeing the lightning, hearing the thunder, and we have that gusty winds to 60 to 70 miles per hour just around 20 minutes out or so. Farther to the southwest, over towards Middlesboro and Bell County, that's where we're also seeing some heavy wind gusts in the next 30 minutes or so. Barberville has a little bit of time. But this main line of thunderstorms that we're seeing, 60 to 70 mile per hour wind gusts, will impact our entire viewing area. So if it's not raining yet, it will likely rain with some heavy wind gusts here in the next 30 minutes. Shane?
Yeah, that's right, Brandon. And one of the things we're looking at right now, trying to get an exact location on this, but we have some new pictures sent in to us just to the WYMT Facebook page. This is some trees down on some power lines in Knott County. I'm still trying to get a more specific location, but you can see these trees have been uprooted and dropped on those power lines, and that is not a good thing. That is going to cause a lot of problems with power outages. It could also potentially cause a fire. That's something you got to be very careful about. And folks, if you see anything like this on a roadway, do not try to drive over it. Do not try to drive across down power lines. It is a very dangerous game you're playing if you try that. But it's because these winds are coming through at about 60 miles per hour, and they are on a very, very saturated soil. As we go back to pinpoint Doppler, you are going to see that it is just plenty of heavy rain out there. And we've seen in some locations, we're going on 6 inches in the last 2 to 3 weeks. That's about 2 months worth of rain for some locations around here in the span of just half a month. So it is just a very, very saturated ground. And we continue to have problems with the trees coming down. We'll get you a fresh look at some power outage numbers here in a second. But the bottom line is this, friends. If you are in the path of these storms, you need to seek shelter. Let these storms pass on by, and just let these storms do their thing, because they are packing some very heavy rain, some very strong wind, and we're just seeing just some prolific pictures. Let's go back to the WYMT Facebook page real quick. We're just going to do a little slideshow of what we are seeing so far. This was sent to us from the Walmart in Pikeville from Jason Young, and you can just see that storm rolling in. That one, some low-hanging scud clouds over in Pikeville. That one from Caitlin Pierce. This was near US 23 in Prestonsburg earlier. That from our good friend Alan Bowling. He always takes some awesome pictures, and wow, that is one scary looking shelf cloud moving in. You can see a little bit of flooding over in Nippa, storm rolling into Knott County. There, once again, some more low-hanging shelf clouds. Looks like some flash flood damage from last night from Sean Thompson, and they may have more tonight. A little bit of a scud cloud there in Knott County near the Hindman Park from Ada Jacobs. More pictures down, and this is a tree down in Royalton. So you can see just these winds doing a number on the trees and power lines. Let's go back over to pinpoint Doppler for a second while we check out the power outage situation around here. And once again, just continuing to see lots of strong winds with these thunderstorms as they roll through eastern Kentucky. We are getting ready to pull up those power outage numbers.
Yeah, Shane, they're really increasing around Hazard now already.
Yeah, that's right. We're
already near 1,500 without power in Perry County. And that's almost 10% of the entire county without power,
that is
according to Kentucky Power. And these numbers are only going to increase because the wind, we hear it outside of our studio. Yeah. It's still gusty, but some other power companies reporting some outages too.
Yeah, that's right. Right now we're going over to Kentucky Power, and they are showing for Perry County, you said almost 1,500, 1,100 in Rowan County, 700 in Morgan County, about 670 in Martin County. Leslie County's got about 220. Lawrence County just a tick over 1,400. And wow, Carter County back up to our north, back up towards the Olive Hill area, almost 6,000. So Olive Hill really probably took it on the chin from that. So once again, that's from Kentucky Power. From down around KU, Seeing a few outages over in the London area. It's looking like less than 10 or 15 right now. They've dodged the worst of it so far, but also some other power outages. Jackson Energy reporting several without power in Lee County, about 1,200 without power in Lee County, about 670 in Jackson County, and about 160 in Clay County. So these storms causing a lot of power problems, and this thunderstorm watch continues until 8 o'clock. But I think we'll get the worst of the storms out of here by about 6:30 or so, Brandon.
Yeah, that sounds about right, because they're moving through so fast, and you can even see some storms well on off towards the north and west, over towards portions of the Midwest that will be developing. You can see some red areas up there. In fact, that's a tornado watch for northern Illinois. That will be moving in our direction overnight, so we'll have to watch for more thunderstorms during the overnight hours. But the main threat, at least for right now, is this line of thunderstorms that's getting ready to impact portions of the Virginia border.
Yeah, and that's right. And getting some reports of some trees down in Knott County. Still working to get that confirmed on the exact location. That just came in over the spotter network over at the Weather Service office. A new severe thunderstorm warning has just been issued for one of our counties over in Virginia. That includes Buchanan County until 6 o'clock. And also Pike County has been extended out. We have a new severe thunderstorm warning for Bell, Clay, Floyd, Harlan, Jackson, Knott, Knox, Laurel, Leslie, Letcher, Perry, and Pike. Pretty much a good chunk of the viewing area there until 6 o'clock tonight. So once again, these thunderstorms just pushing their way now towards the Virginia border. Places like Whitesburg, Cumberland. In fact, Allison, if you can, let's pull up our Cumberland cam, and we will take a look at it here in just a second. Just scroll that to the top of the page. There you go. And we'll look at that here in a little bit. But in the meantime, I'm going to go back over to Pinpoint Doppler and just kind of walk you through what's going on. Folks, this has been a potent line of thunderstorms, one of the most potent lines we've seen this year. And it is just rolling through and causing problems. Pike County right now, moving down into Buchanan and Dickinson counties. Letcher County, you're under the gun. Harlan County, it's about to roll into your neck of the woods. Same story down in Bell County. For our friends down in Middlesboro, Pineville, haven't seen anything yet. It's coming your way in about the next 20 to 30 minutes. London, the worst, is scooting just off to your east. You can see it's weakened a little bit back towards the Cumberland Valley. That is some good news, but still strong winds possible down into portions of Knox County, Bell County, into Harlan, Letcher County. That'll eventually go into Lee and Wise County in Virginia. The city of Norton will likely pick up on some very heavy rain and some gusty winds as this entire line of storms rolling off at about 45 to 50 miles per hour, producing damaging winds. Still very prolific lightning makers and still very heavy rain. And as Brandon said just a little while ago, folks, this is just round one. We've got 2 more of these potentially to go through overnight tonight and again tomorrow. So don't let your guard down just yet. It may be a little bit of storm fatigue setting up. I know we're all tired of the rain. We've seen way too much of it lately, but Mother Nature just not cutting us any slack. And these severe storms continue to pack quite a punch as we are coming up now on 5:15. And we've got that picture over at the Southeast Community and Technical College over in Cumberland. And we can take a view of that as we zoom the radar in. And you can see the storm not quite into Harlan County just yet, but it is not too far away. It's looking like it's about, I'd say, 5 to 10 miles just over the mountain from Cumberland, back as you go towards Leatherwood. So that is a storm that is going to be very potent as it rolls in. We'll keep a close eye on that. Once again, thank our friend Brandon Robinson for helping us get that camera set up over at his new gig, and once again thank Brandon for that. Let's go back out to Pinpoint Doppler, and you can see that heavy rain coming in on Harlan County right now, Letcher County. That is going to continue to work its way off to the south and the east for our friends in Virginia. Hang in there. That storm is heading your way. Some of our counties in West Virginia, Wayne County, 3,600 without power from Appalachian Power. Go down to the south of that into Mingo County, almost 3,000. And just east of that over into Logan County, about 620. So our West Virginia counties took this one pretty good as it rolled in just there to the north and the east of Pikeville. We're going to continue to keep an eye on that line of storms as it approaches the Virginia border. Not many power outages down that way yet, but here in the Hazard, Perry County now up to about 1,500, and we will continue to keep an eye on this line of storms as it pushes off to the south and to the east. And we're going to continue to keep an eye on these storms as they are causing a whole lot of problems here into eastern Kentucky. And it's just going to take about another, I'd say 45 minutes or so to move them on out. But still a heavy rain threat. Flash flood watch continues until tomorrow, late tomorrow evening. We've also got those flash flood warnings back off to the north. That includes Rowan County until about 6:45 or 7 o'clock, excuse me, on that, and then 7 o'clock as well for Lawrence County, Magoffin County, Johnson County, and Morgan County. So once again, just a very, very potent line of storms pushing through the area, Brandon Orr.
And Shane, and we'll show you a camera that we have in downtown Cumberland that's in Harlan County, and we're zooming in the radar there because within the next 5 minutes, we'll see that big gust of wind that we've been seeing on our hazard camera. We watched it move through portions of Prestonsburg as it's been moving all across the county, and you can see some of the dark clouds that are already starting to push in. Just about 30 seconds ago, you couldn't even see those dark clouds. It's just showing you how fast these storms are actually pushing through, and you can see all those trees around it and gauge how fast the wind is going here momentarily.
What I'm going to be very interested to see what happens. You see those 3 flag poles out in the center of that picture right now. It looks pretty calm. I'd say here in about less than 2 or 3 minutes, those flags are going to be whipping in the wind with some rain.
And the wind gusts are going to come pretty suddenly. It's going to be very still, very quiet, and then you'll get that quick line, that big gust of wind that comes in all at once. So we'll see it pick up here shortly. That's some of the reports that we've been getting in on Facebook. Some of our viewers saying the same thing. We've been interacting with them on Facebook and answering some questions. Now, I do want to mention no tornadoes reported in eastern Kentucky during the day today. No tornado warnings, at least for right now. So that's some good news, and hopefully we can keep it that way as we go throughout the rest of the evening. It's just those damaging straight line winds of 60 or in excess of 60 miles per hour too.
And it doesn't matter if it's straight line wind or if it's a weak tornado. 60, 70 mile per hour winds are going to cause problems no matter what. It's just straight line winds may not have the big pop and circumstance that a tornado does, but they can do just as much damage. And we've seen plenty of damage across eastern Kentucky. This one from Shelbyana, numerous trees down, according to the emergency manager. I believe that's Doug Tackett over there in Pike County, just sent into the Weather Service. So once again, folks, we're keeping a close eye on that camera in Cumberland. That's because that storm is barreling down on Harlan County right now, and that's our next camera that was in the path of the storm. We'll probably also be able to see it down when it gets into Norton, Virginia from our camera down there. So once again, that camera network coming in handy today as we track these storms moving in, showing you live real-time pictures of these very strong wind-producing storms moving through eastern Kentucky. You can see numerous power outages from Jackson Energy, Lee County about 1,300, Jackson County just shy of 700, Clay County about 200. So overall, just a very, very, very strong storm system causing all sorts of wind problems, all sorts of power outage problems. Perry County a little bit over 1,400 right now, close to 1,460. Leslie County a little bit over 220, just about 270 in Floyd County. Breathitt County about 600. And there goes the flags and the wind starting to pick up there in Cumberland, Brandon.
Yeah, that's right. And you were mentioning some of the power outages. We're getting some reports on Facebook. North side of Hazard is out. There's some busy intersections up there where the lights are completely out at some of the intersections. And there's so many power outages. Last time I checked, I know Kentucky Power is dealing with 15,000 or more power outages all at once, homes and businesses, I should say, without power. It's going to take some time to get these intersections back up as far as traffic lights
And
go.
one thing to remember, and if any of our radio partners are streaming us right now, this is a good thing to remind folks of. If you come across a intersection where the traffic lights are out, you need to treat that as an all-way stop. I know a lot of folks just tend to blow right through it, but you need to treat that as an all-way stop if the power's out. Come to a complete stop at the intersection and then take your turn as you get there. I know a lot of people don't do that, but that is the law. Just be careful. That's a very dangerous situation. You can see that wind picking up in Cumberland as that thunderstorm is barreling down. You can see the rain starting to come in over the mountain in the distance, and there it's starting to drop against the window there.
And
So,
something that was interesting that just happened there, you can see how fast the wind is blowing. The wind switched around directions. It was coming out of the south, but when that gust of wind came through, now it's coming in from the north and northwest.
And Allison, what do you have right now?
We're getting more and more damage reports of trees down in Pike County. There's one tree on a mobile home that's been reported in Pike County near Raccoon, and then we also have another report of a tree down on Coal Run in Pike County. So
Yeah, that's over near the Floyd County border, the community of Coal Run. Just once again, folks, if you have any damage reports, send them to us at WYMT's Facebook page. Send them to pics@wymt.com and post them on Twitter. We're continuing to keep an eye on the sky. That is just some really, really strong wind rolling through there in Cumberland right now. You can see those trees whipping around as that storm blows in and the rain's starting to come down. The worst part of that storm looks like, I'd say it's about a minute or two out now, just getting ready to blow in, Brandon.
Yes, and it's also a minute or two out of downtown Harlan. And also Pineville, you have around 20-25 minutes before it moves into Pineville, some of those gusty winds. And you have a little bit longer than that, likely closer to 30 to 45 if you're down near Middlesboro there along the Tennessee border, and as well as over towards Lee County over there in Virginia.
Yeah, that's right. And for our friends over in Wise County, Pound, Virginia, Norton, Wise, I'd say you're about, if you're in Pound, about 5 to 10 minutes. Norton and Wise, I'd say about 20-30 minutes. Big Stone Gap, about 15-20 minutes, as that storm is coming across the mountains right now through Harlan County. And once it goes through Harlan County, it usually goes into Wise County. And once again, those storms are just producing some severe wind gusts and very heavy rain. We're going to continue to monitor these storms and stay with them as long as we have severe thunderstorm warnings active, folks, because this is just not your run-of-the-mill severe thunderstorms. This is a very potent squall line that has rolled through the WYMT coverage area here over the last few hours. We've been tracking these storms all afternoon and all day as they started back off to the north. Brandon, if you can we pull up the 3D Doppler down on the other computer, and we'll take a look at that once he gets that set up. And you can see those storms still coming in pretty tall. What's it looking like? About 45,000 feet on those?
Yes, in fact, some of them are pretty close to around 50,000 feet. You can see it's just updating there as they push on through the area. They're pretty tall thunderstorms. They're reaching pretty high, Shane.
Yeah, that's right. And one thing, folks, we always look at when we go into this 3D view, when we're looking at these taller thunderstorms, especially this one getting ready to move on over into southern and West Virginia. The taller the thunderstorm, the stronger the downdraft, and that means the stronger the wind gust that comes out from it. So anytime you get a thunderstorm up over 45,000 feet, close to 50,000 feet, that's the ones that really can produce some damaging winds. And as you can see, most of these storms are very tall. I'm sitting here looking at the data on my iPad. Most of them clocking in at least at about 35 to 40,000 feet. And this one over here that's moving over towards Welch, over towards McDowell County and southern West Virginia, that one's close to 50,000 feet. So that one's the one that moved through portions of Pike County. So that's what caused the wind damage over there, is that storm rolled through, and is all this storm action continuing to work its way off to the south and the east at about 45 to 50 miles per hour. Once again, all the counties in the path of this storm under a severe thunderstorm warning, various expiration times, but the bottom line is this, folks. If you have not seen these storms yet, and you live near the Virginia border or into southern West Virginia, you got about 15 to 20 minutes before they're going to begin to roll in, and you're going to see gusty winds. And say that again, please. Yeah, let's go ahead and take that camera. You can see the back at the Cumberland camera. It's still coming down at a pretty good clip there. That heavier rain as it rolls through portions of Harlan County. This over at the Southeast Community and Technical College weather cam we have over in Cumberland and downtown, and once again that heavy rain and wind coming through there. Looks like those rainfall rates coming down about a ½ inch to an inch per hour. Another storm report. Allison, you're seeing some flash flooding. Tell us about that.
Yep, we're starting to see some more flash flooding issues in Paintsville and Johnson County. That's floodwaters surrounding homes at Shady Lane along US Highway 23.
And that's an area that had some flooding not even a week ago with some heavy rain. So that is not good news. That was an area that was impacted not that long ago. by all the rain we've been inundated with over the last couple of weeks. You know, some locations since the beginning of June have picked up over 6 inches of rain, and that's in a month and a half. So, I mean, that is a lot of rain in a short amount of time.
That's right. We also have some flooding issues in Flat Gap. We have a report of vehicles and homes surrounded by water in Johnson County, so we're having lots of flooding reports. So again, if you see any standing water while you're driving, just turn around. It's not worth it to drive through the standing water. You can't tell how deep it is. You don't want to get stuck in that situation.
Only a foot of water will pick up and float a vehicle if it's moving fast enough. And Brandon, you've been taking a look at some of those heavier rain reports.
Yeah, if we switch over to our other computer, you can see how much rain has fallen over portions of Johnson County. And we're going to focus on this a little bit more because some of the reports that are coming in across Johnson County are a little bit more serious, of homes now starting to be surrounded by water. We told you about some floodwaters surrounding homes at Shady Lane. That's along US 23. It's just to the north of Paintsville. We've also been getting in some other flooding reports within portions of Johnson County, where we had as much as 3 inches and more of rainfall that has fallen so far. Before this line of storms made it into Johnson County, we had a couple pop out ahead of those lines, and that's what dumped a decent amount of rain, in excess of 1 inch to 1.5 inches. Then we had the main line of storms come through, add more rain on top of that, and it's still raining up there towards Paintsville at a light to moderate pace, so that's why we're still getting some flooding. So you want to keep an eye on that if you're in the Paintsville area, and really anywhere in our viewing area could see some minor flooding, especially of those smaller creeks and streams. They fill up so quickly. So let's head back over to Pinpoint Doppler, and you can see some of the rainfall that's continuing down in the Cumberland area. It's just now crossing the Virginia border into Wise. If you're in Wise, Norton, Big Stone Gap there in Virginia, really any of our Virginia counties, expect these gusty winds within the next 30 minutes. It's starting to push into the area now. In fact, we have a camera that we're going to get pulled up here momentarily over in downtown Norton that will show, once again, this line of heavy thunderstorms pushing on through. Now over towards Bell County, if you're in Pineville, the thunderstorms with the gusty winds are just to your north. It will move in here within the next 5 or 10 minutes. Middlesboro, you have around 20 to 30 minutes before the line of storms moved in. But even in Bell County, in the Beverly community, I'm pretty sure that's the northern end of the county, we've had some trees down across the area in the community of Beverly in excess of 3 inches in diameter. Some of the limbs that are coming down all across this line that continues to push on through. So if you're in eastern Kentucky, we're getting some of the rain, but the wind reports are dying down unless you're near the Tennessee and Virginia borders. Those are the areas that are seeing the heaviest of the winds right now. In fact, our entire Virginia counties are under severe thunderstorm warnings out ahead of this line that's continuing to move on through. So we'll pull up some of those cameras here in just a moment in downtown Norton to see some of those gusty winds that are continuing to push on through.
Brandon, I hate to interrupt you.
Oh, yeah, sure, go ahead.
We've just got a report into the newsroom along Kentucky 172 in Johnson County of mobile homes flooded off their foundation and heading towards the river.
Yeah, we're getting slowly more and more reports because it's still flooding over, or still raining, I should say, over towards Johnson County. And if we can zoom in on the county there on the radar, you can see it's still raining at a moderate pace. So if you're anywhere in Johnson County, just know that it's flooding across the county. You should stay out of the area. We're getting reports, like Shane just mentioned, of mobile homes flooding off their foundations, as well as water surrounding homes all across the area, mainly north and west of Johnson County, but we've had some reports in the Tudor Key community. It flooded big time over this past week, and we're just getting more heavy rain on top of that. So you're seeing some of the warnings across the area, this flash flood warning that goes all the way until 7 o'clock this evening for Johnson, Magoffin, and Morgan County. Those are those areas that saw repeated rounds of thunderstorms. In fact, it started raining before even the main line of storms even moved into Johnson County. And you can see it's still raining there, at least for the next 15 to 20 minutes, and things will finally start to calm down. Shane?
Brandon, also getting some pictures in on the WYMT Facebook page of downtown Prestonsburg, flooding ongoing in downtown Prestonsburg. Once again, this is sent to us from Joe Davis. You can see a couple of inches of water across the road there in downtown. We are continuing to get reports in Johnson and Floyd counties of just some flooding damage and some flooding. We're going to scroll through. Oh, there was that one I was looking for. There, once again, downtown Prestonsburg, you can see a fire truck going through the floodwaters. That's sent in to us from Ashley Nicole. So a lot of heavy rain has fallen up into Johnson and Floyd counties. If our friends over at the Weather Service in Jackson are watching this, we have some flash flooding confirmed ongoing in downtown Prestonsburg right now. So that flood warning maybe needs to be extended down towards Floyd County and towards Prestonsburg, as we do have visual confirmation of a flash flooding in downtown Prestonsburg. And once again, these storms packing quite the punch. Here's some Walker Hill and Staffordsville. You can see the water flowing there.
Yeah, it's right there around Paintsville as well.
That's right around Paintsville as well. So once again, keep those pics coming to pics@wymt.com. Keep them posted on the Facebook page. There's another one in Staffordsville. That one from Michael and Nola Hobson, and you can see the water coming up on those homes. That is not a good thing, as that heavy rain is continuing to push through. The worst of the rain, thankfully, is out of Floyd and Johnson counties, but the problem is we've still got light to moderate rain ongoing, Brandon.
That's right. And if we go back over to pinpoint Doppler, if you're getting flooding and water is surrounding your home in the area of Johnson County, know that the end of the rain is on the way. It's right here, just starting to move into the county. So it's still raining in areas that are flooding over towards Johnson County. And we have around 20 to 30 minutes before the rain actually starts to move out. Now, it's lightened up a little bit. It's light to moderate over the area, but eventually it will start to stop. But the problem is, there's a lot of runoff. It's not soaking into the ground anymore. The ground is completely saturated. So any of the water is just sitting on top of the ground and funneling in some of the creeks and streams. And it's going to continue to do that. That's why, even though the rain is ending within the next 30 minutes in Johnson County, but the flood warning doesn't expire until 7 o'clock, because the floodwaters are going to continue to rise for a little bit more until we finally can get them to drop here slowly over the next couple of hours. But it's going to take a lot of time for that water to still move across the area. So that flood warning, you can see there, expires at around 7 o'clock for Johnson, McGoffin, and Morgan County. Now let's go back to the thunderstorms down to the south and east, because they're producing some hefty wind damage across the area. We've been seeing reports of trees down on mobile homes all across the area, a lot of power outages across the area as well. And this is getting ready to move in all of our Virginia counties. So if you're watching us on cable right now in Virginia, including Wise, you have around 5 minutes before this starts to move in our area. And again, like I mentioned to you before, we have that camera that's over near Norton. We'll try and get that pulled up, because that wind gust is about to make it in downtown Norton here any minute now. You can see down towards Wise County, Virginia. This is zoomed in on Buchanan and Dickinson County as this moves off towards the east. Our West Virginia counties, a lot of the gusty winds have already moved on through. It's just some of the heavy rainfall that continues there. A little bit farther to the south, down towards Lee County, you can see some heavy rain getting ready to start within the next 30 minutes. And down towards Harlan County, where in fact that line near Harlan County in northern Bell County, we had some reports of 3-inch in diameter limbs that are down across the northern portion of Bell County, and that line just moved in there. The gusty winds are moving into Pineville right now, and portions of Harlan as well, seeing some gusty winds. Shane?
Yeah, that's right. And we're pulling up the Norton cam right now, Brandon, and you can see those clouds really starting to darken up as the thunderstorms are moving in to Wise County, Virginia. Gusty winds likely going to be within the city of Norton here in the next 10 to 15 minutes, if not a little bit sooner. Also still receiving several reports of flooding in Staffordsville, up towards Johnson County and back into Floyd County and Prestonsburg. We're getting videos now of some of the flooding into Prestonsburg. So once again, just the heavy rain also causing problems in addition to the wind. So this is really a 1-2 punch of severe weather causing problems here in eastern Kentucky right now. And unfortunately, we have more to go once this first line moves through. We've got more storms to deal with tomorrow and, tonight, overnight, and again tomorrow afternoon.
That's right, Shane. If we zoom out on the radar and look a little bit to the west, over towards central Kentucky, you can see there's some thunderstorms just to the west of Pulaski County over near Science Hill. There's a very severe one that's pushing through. It's in the Danville area, and that will eventually drop to the south and east over towards Somerset and portions of Wayne County here in about an hour or two. So we're also going to be watching some of those thunderstorms that move into Wayne, McCreary, and Pulaski County here shortly. But the more immediate threat is, one, we have the flooding threat, especially in portions of Johnson County. That's where we're getting a lot of the big time flooding reports. And also in our Virginia counties where we're seeing 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts moving through right now. In fact, you can see on our camera right there, that camera we're looking at is from our network of weather cameras that we have all around eastern Kentucky. This one's over downtown Norton. You can see the mountains there in the background. The rain has just begun, and the wind is soon to follow. We'll probably see some of those trees blowing around pretty heavily like we saw earlier over towards Cumberland.
Yeah, that's right. And just once again, I want to re-emphasize, folks, if you come across a flooded roadway, do not attempt to drive through it. It only takes a foot of running water to cause flooding issues here, or to cause a car to be able to be picked up and carried downstream. We're going to keep the camera on Norton and keep the radar just kind of panning around. Once again, the heaviest of the storms now moving into southwest Virginia, Buchanan, Dickinson counties, Wise, Virginia, including Norton and Lee counties. You are seeing the worst of these storms right now. Still some moderate rain ongoing here in Hazard, back into Pikeville. The storm's starting to fire up a little bit more back over towards Somerset, so we've still got a ways to go. You can see here on our Norton weather cam over at Wolf, Rutherford, and Williams, you can see the clouds are moving very, very quickly, and the skies are darkening up quickly, and that wind is about to move in a big way. They may have some wind gusts here in Norton in the next few minutes of about 50 to 60 miles per hour. Still monitoring NWS to see what's going on with them. We are continuing to keep an eye out. We're just getting a lot of reports right now, folks. You can see our latest report in from Morgan County of wind damage. A tree fell on Cottle Road around Highway 705. Just multiple reports of large trees down in the Beverly community of Bell County. That's a new one that just came in. Power lines blown down in Johnson County and Paintsville, 1 mile north of Paintsville. So overall, we continue to keep an eye on these storms. But multiple things we're watching: the wind and the heavy rain, and continuing to just keep a very close eye on this, folks, because this is a very dangerous situation. We are here now about 20 minutes before 6 o'clock, and we are just dealing with a lot of severe weather issues here in the mountains right now. Meteorologist Allison Rogers has been monitoring the situation. Allison, tell us a little bit about what you're following right now.
That's right. We're still following all those storm reports. We've gotten the one out of Pike County. We have a tree down on a mobile home. We also have that one in Morgan County near Malone, and that is the tree falling near Claudille Road off of Highway 705. We also have storm reports of power lines blown down out in Johnson County. So again, we are dealing with the flooding issues, and we're also having to deal with the wind issues with them blowing down all the power lines, which potentially is leading to some power outage issues. I'm not really sure what the numbers are for the power outages, but we are still dealing with power outage issues. In Perry County, almost 4,000 people are without power. Also over in Leslie County, we're looking at nearly 1,500 people without power. Breathitt County, nearly 1,100 people without power. And over in Knott County, almost 300 people without power. Floyd County is looking at nearly 1,100 people without power. Johnson County, around 2,700 people without power, and then over off near Morgan County, nearly over 700 people without power. And over in Rowan County, we're also dealing with some power outage issues. Same story for Lawrence County. We're dealing with power outage issues, almost 1,500 people without power. So again, while we're still dealing with the flooding issues, we also have the power issues due to all the wind blowing down all of the power lines. And we're also dealing with the flooding issues. Like I said, Johnson County is still dealing with plenty of flooding issues. We've got the flood warning in effect in Johnson, Magoffin, and Morgan County until 7 o'clock tonight. So that is just a little under 2 hours away. We've got that flood warning in effect for Johnson, Morgan, and Magoffin County. We're dealing with some flood issues out in Johnson County as well. Those storms have produced lots of rain. We've seen nearly 3 inches of rain out near Paintsville drop with these storms. We've also seen out in Prestonsburg a little bit over an inch of rain has dropped so far with this storm. So again, we're dealing with plenty of flooding issues. We're getting lots of pictures in on our YMT pages of flooding issues. So again, if you can take pictures safely, we do appreciate when you send them in to us, but please make sure it's safe and when you're not driving. And if you are driving and you see standing water, turn around and don't drown. As Shane mentioned, it only takes a foot of water to get the car off the road. So lots of issues with flooding and power outages as well. And we're still watching these storms. They're progressing southeast, now off into our Virginia and West Virginia counties. So again, they're going to continue to progress, and as they do, we're going to start to see more storm reports off that way. But we do have the storm off over in it's approaching Pulaski County. We have that strong storm that does have a severe thunderstorm warning in effect for it for Taylor and LaRue County. And again, that is progressing towards Pulaski County. So again, we're dealing with plenty of storms here. Shane?
Yeah, that's right, Allison. And once again, as you can see, just several concerns on Pinpoint Doppler this afternoon. First, we have the heavy rain threat. Then you have the winds. You can see severe thunderstorm warnings continue down into the Virginia border region. That includes Lee, Norton County, Dickinson, and Buchanan counties. Most of those going until about 6:15 or so, 6:30 for Buchanan and Dickinson counties. So once again, for you folks down in Claiborne and Campbell County, Tennessee's, Campbell County, I think you're going to miss the worst of it. Claiborne County, looks like a few stronger storms are heading your way here in the next little bit. And once again, friends, the other problem we have is back up to the north and the west. There's some more trouble brewing. You can see another tornado watch back up towards portions of northern Illinois. And that line of storms could be heading our way a little bit later tonight during the overnight hours. So this is round one of what's looking like could be a 2 to 3 round event here in eastern Kentucky. And you can see just that entire squall line of storms racing off to the south and the east at about 45 miles per hour. Once again, if you have any reports of damage, send them into the WYMT Facebook page. We're sharing those as quick as we can. We're looking at those and as soon as we can and sharing those. So just lots going on right now, Brandon. We're just getting a little bit overwhelmed with the amount of reports coming in. This storm causing a lot of trouble.
That's right. Allison updated us a little bit earlier on some of the power outages across the area. And what really stuck out with me was in Perry County, you could see nearly 4,000 power outages. And from Kentucky Power alone, that's around a little more than 25% of all of their customers in Perry County are without power. I know our producer just came in a moment ago and said there's some power lines down along Combs Road in downtown Hazard. I know the north end of Hazard is without power, so you want to take those areas. They're going to be very dark as these showers and thunderstorms continue to roll on through. Some of the intersections, the traffic lights at some major intersections are out as well. So you want to keep that in mind if you're out and about traveling. But most of the winds, the real damaging winds, are now pushing through Virginia and portions of the Tennessee border down near Middlesboro, and Pineville is just getting in on the heavy winds right now. So unless you are near the Tennessee and Virginia borders, we're okay with the strong gusty winds over towards the Big Sandy, like Pikeville and portions of Johnson County. The major threat up there is just all the flooding reports that we've been seen over the past hour or so, Shane.
Yeah, but the good news is the worst of the heavy rain is now moving out. I'd say give it another 20-30 minutes and we'll be out of Johnson County. It's going to take a little bit longer to get it out of Floyd County. But the heaviest stuff has now moved on through, and now the heavy rain is moving in towards Norton, Virginia. I want to pull up our cam one more time at the wall and take a look at that, and you can see that it is very, very heavy right now down into downtown Norton, Virginia, down into Wise County. Rainfall rates estimated right now by Doppler radar about a ½ inch to inch per hour. You can see it is really coming down. The wind was pretty strong as this storm moved into Norton, and you can see folks had to slow down a bit as it is pushing through the city of Norton as we speak, and also a little bit of lightning there with that storm. The lightning not quite as intense as it was earlier. These storms do seem to be losing maybe just a little bit of their punch as they cross the tops of these mountains, but they're still holding together pretty strong. We're coming up about 15 minutes away right now for Mountain News at 6. Now we're going to stay with this until Mountain News at 6 and then do Mountain News at 6 as normal. We'll have weather updates during it, but the worst of the storms are crossing out of the region. Give them about another 30 minutes to an hour and we'll be out of here. But for eastern Kentucky right now, as we go back to Pinpoint Doppler, the concern is not so much about the wind right now, but as the heavy rain, as we are seeing this continuing heavy rain across the mountains. And the worst of it has pushed into Virginia, but still some moderate rainfall rates. Anywhere you're seeing yellows through Pike County, back into Floyd County, here in Perry County, we're still hearing it pelt down on the roof pretty good. You're seeing rainfall rates of a ½ inch per hour with those yellows. Once again, in the oranges and reds, it's a ½ inch to an inch per hour. I want to remind folks, if we can cue up those flood warnings, flood warning for Johnson, Magoffin County, and Morgan County. That goes until 7 o'clock. We also have the one over in Lawrence County for that western sliver of Lawrence County. That goes until about 7:30. And then also we still have the severe thunderstorm warnings continuing down in our Virginia and West Virginia counties. Most of those expire between 6:15 and 6:30 or so. So the bottom line is this: the heavy rain and the storms are continuing to move out. Now they are down into Virginia and West Virginia. We're going to continue to stay with these storms until they clear our coverage area. Once they move through that first tier of counties in Virginia, they're out of our hair. But we're still dealing with a heavy rain threat. And if we can, let's go ahead and see if we have some new pictures on the WYMT page. Brandon, if you want to search for those while we continue to keep an eye on Pinpoint Doppler. Just know that right now, the heavy rain continuing to fall from pretty much Pike County down into Virginia. We're going back to more light to moderate rain once you get back up towards Prestonsburg and the northern end of Floyd County. Johnson County, the good news for you, the rain is almost out of there. The bad news is you've already flooded. We've already seen several reports of flooding there from near Paintsville and near Prestonsburg, right there along US 23. And these storms just dropped a ton of rain. Doppler estimates of about 2 to 3 inches of rain. Brandon, do we have any new pictures of flooding from up in the Big Sandy?
We are getting some more pictures in, mainly of the Johnson County area. That's where we're getting most of the flooding that has been sent in. You can see this one sent in by April Dawn over at Hilltop Road in Johnson County. You can see some of the flooding there. Some of the creeks and streams are certainly not just a creek anymore. They've overspilled their banks, and that's what we're going to continue to see. Even though in Johnson County, where it's flooding, the rain is ending right now. It's going to take some time for some of the water that has already fallen to, move out of the area. So we're still going to see flooding there for the next couple of hours before it finally starts to recede. Some of the other pictures we've been getting sent in. This one from Brittany Deal. This is no location put with this one. You want to make sure you put your location with some of these images. But you can see a lot of the tree branches that are down from some of these gusty winds. This one is near Hayden, and we have some more. This is downtown Prestonsburg, sent in by BJ. And you can see cars right there driving through the floodwater, something you really don't want to do. And it's right in the middle of downtown. We're seeing it there in Prestonsburg. And Prestonsburg flooding too. We've seen it in Paintsville, but it's all across Floyd and Johnson counties. This one's sent in of water going around homes in the Nippa community and near Johnson County. This is another one sent in by Ryan Green. You can see some of the water that's surrounding some of the mobile homes. This is also Hilltop Road, sent in by April Dawn. So lots of flooding photos and reports coming in across Johnson and Floyd counties.
All right, thank you very much for that report there. Allison, what are we hearing from our friends over at the Weather Service?
We're seeing some reports of some trees down we have a report of trees down all over Harlan County. We also have trees and power lines down across Highway 321 near Highland Hospital over in Floyd County. So again, we're seeing lots of trees down and lots of power lines down throughout our viewing area as well. So we're not just dealing with the flooding, we've got to deal with the trees and the power lines as well. And we also have a report that along Highway 15 here in Hazard, powers has been out there as well.
All right, thank you very much for that report there, Allison. Once again, folks, we're coming up about 10 minutes before 6 right now. We will go to Mountain News at 6 o'clock, get you caught up on a little bit of the day's news. But a big part of the news today has been the weather. People were getting ready for these storms. We've been talking about these storms all weekend. The heavy wind, the very strong lightning, the rain that's come with them. We've been watching the potential for this all weekend long, and unfortunately, it has came to fruition today. And unfortunately, this is not the only round of severe weather we're going to deal with. We also have the chance late tonight, early tomorrow morning of another round of strong to severe storms. Those are currently building up into Illinois. And we also may see another round tomorrow afternoon or evening around this time, if not just a smidge later. So still a very active pattern. We continue to have severe thunderstorm warnings all along the West Virginia border with Kentucky. Those thunderstorms will continue to move on out. I'd say give them about another 20 to 30 minutes and they'll be out of our coverage area. Middlesboro, I know you folks are wondering, Shane, where's the storms? They're on your doorstep. Give it another 5-10 minutes and you're going to have some very strong wind, some very heavy rain coming through. And if you have pictures or video of them, please, if you can send it safely, but only if it's safe, send them to us on the Facebook page. Tweet them at us at WYMT or post them to the WYMT Facebook page. Those are the best way to get them, or pics at WYMT.com via email. We're answering questions as fast as we can on social media, folks. We're a little inundated right now, but we're trying to get to those as we can. But the bottom line is this. If you've already had the strong wind come through, you're in the clear for now as far as the wind threat. Still a heavy rain threat from Pikeville back down to Hazard. That includes a good chunk of Floyd and Knott County, back down into Knox County, Bell County, still some heavier rain going on. All our Virginia border counties from Buchanan and Dickinson down to Lee and Wise, even into southern West Virginia, Mingo, Logan, still some moderate to heavy rain ongoing there. That flash flood warning continues until 7 for Johnson County and Morgan and Magoffin County, and also Lawrence County until 7:30. I think those warnings will continue even though the rain is over in that warning box right there. We're still going to see the water rise a little bit. And here's part of the other problem. We have to remember, folks, the water up here, when it drains out, it drains towards the Ohio River. So it's going from south to north. So a lot of that rain right now that's still falling down in the northern end of Floyd County, back into Martin and Pike County, that's going to head towards Johnson County as it drains out. So still some issues with that. London, you're in the clear right now. Somerset, a decent thunderstorm. Not severe, but some heavy rain and some decent lightning in that. That's moving through your neck of the woods right now. We're continuing to keep an eye on this line of storms as it pushes off to the south and the east, going about 45 to 50 miles per hour. The worst of the wind is over now for most of us. We've still got this rain threat that's going to continue for about another 30 minutes to an hour, and then we have to get ready for rounds 2 and 3. Round 2 comes late tonight. I'm thinking about 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning right now is our best estimate on that. And then tomorrow, about this time tomorrow during the afternoon or evening, another round of severe weather. So very, very busy here in the Sky Alert Weather Center as we continue to track these thunderstorms. We're going to be continuing to keep an eye on them, not just for the next couple hours, but also the threat of more thunderstorms developing as we go into tonight and tomorrow. And Allison, if you can, zoom out the radar a bit, and let's take a look at those storms that are building off to the northwest, because even though they're not affecting us right now, they will be much later tonight. We're going to just zoom that radar out nice and wide, and have to go even wider than that because they're back up towards Chicago right now. So still, you can see back in central Kentucky, a little bit of redevelopment, not too much. We go out to the even wider picture right now. Just go ahead and zoom that out, Allison, and we'll adjust as need be. You can see more storms developing to the west of Springfield, north of Springfield, back towards Chicago. And unfortunately, those are on a southeast trajectory, and I'm expecting that line to fill in and develop more as we go through the evening. So that's kind of our next threat that we're going to be keeping a close eye on. Once again, we're going to continue to keep an eye on these storms for about the next half hour or so, as the storms are continuing to cause wind damage, continuing to cause high water problems, and just uprooting trees. I mean, we've had so much rain over the last 2 months. Some locations picking up now close to 6 or 7 inches of rain since the middle of June, and that is just causing these trees to topple over. It has not taken much wind, Brandon Orr, to cause these trees to fall over.
That's right, and we're showing you some of the flooding that's going on. That is actually pretty serious flooding through portions of Johnson County and also Floyd County. Now, most of the thunderstorms are starting to move out of our area, but like we mentioned time and time again over the past hour, it's taking a while for some of this rainwater to filter in some of the creeks and streams. And as we've been mentioning, some of the flash flood warning going on for portions of Magoffin, Morgan, and even Floyd and Johnson counties. I know there's water rescues ongoing right now on Flat Gap along Highway 172, as we've been mentioning, some of those water rescues. So what we're going to do, we're coming up on 6 o'clock here. We're going to continue with our severe weather coverage to around 6:30, and then we'll bring you the local news. We have crews fanning out across eastern Kentucky and have plenty of updates from downtown Prestonsburg, where we are seeing the flooding. We have a crew also heading up towards Paintsville, where some of the flooding is going on up there, and we have crews covering some of the power outages that are going across the area, widespread power outages. I know a lot of folks may be watching us right now on your smartphone because the power is out and you don't have any TV, and you're live streaming us on WYMT.com, as those heavy winds have knocked out power in a lot of areas, and they're just starting to move out of our viewing area well into Virginia. So that's some good news. Things will quiet down in terms of the wind gust goes. Still pretty gusty though down towards Lee County, and just now moving into portions of Middlesboro there along the Tennessee border. Still have the chance to see some wind gusts up to 60 miles per hour there. And off towards the west, look at some of the thunderstorms that are moving through across the western coal fields. These are going to be diving to the south and east, and we're going to be looking out for some strong thunderstorms moving into portions of Pulaski County, McCreary, and Whitley counties, or I should say Wayne County here within the next hour or so. So we still have a severe weather threat across portions of the Cumberland River Valley. We don't want to forget about you. Once some of these stronger and severe thunderstorms approach, we'll be sure to focus in on that area some more. But the main focus is all this rain that continues to push through, producing a lot of flooding in portions of Floyd County near Prestonsburg and Johnson counties. You want to stay away from those areas, especially downtowns are completely flooded. We've been getting some photos in of some of those flooding downtown. We'll pull some more of those up for you here in a moment. Johnson, McGoffin, and Morgan, that flood warning goes out to around 7 o'clock later on this evening. Even though the rain has stopped in portions of Johnson County, it's taking a while for some of those creeks to finally start to fall, and I think they will within the next hour. I don't think they're going to rise much more than they are right now in Johnson County before they finally start to fall. Still getting some light to moderate rain over towards Pikeville. Hazard will be done with the rain here shortly, but I know there's still power lines. Some of them may be live on the ground across portions of Combs Road and some other locations across Perry County. Nearly 4,000 power outages at last check, and I'll get an update on those numbers here for you right now across Perry County. In fact, now exceeding 4,000 just by Kentucky Power alone. And that's more than 25% of their customers in Perry County are without power. Rowan County still dealing with nearly everyone with Kentucky Power in Rowan County is without power right now. So that's why we've been on the air for several hours now covering some of these strong wind gusts that continue to move through. Shane?
Yeah, that's right, Brandon. We're trying to pull up pictures right now on the WYMT Facebook page and the WYMT Twitter pages. Once again, just continue sending those to us, folks, as we continue to keep an eye on that. We do have a picture pulled up on the Facebook page. This one, once again, this is another picture from downtown Prestonsburg of the ongoing flooding there. You can see this heavy rain has continued to cause problems into portions of Floyd and Johnson counties, and we continue to have that flood warning that goes all the way up until 7 o'clock for Johnson, McGoffin, and Morgan counties. We're going to go back to pinpoint Doppler, the backup Doppler real quick, take a look at that heavy rain that has fallen, and you can see some portions of Johnson County and McGoffin County and Floyd County over 2 to 3 inches of rain. The heaviest of it really was northeast of Paintsville. That's where we saw the biggest concentration of that heavy rain, and that is continuing to cause a problem. Even though now the worst of the rain has moved out, we're continuing to see just issues with the water levels coming up there, just because it just takes so long for it to reach from some of the hills down into the creeks and valleys and streams. We're monitoring our friends over at the Weather Service. They have reports of water rescues ongoing and Flat Gap, like Brandon mentioned, along Highway 172. Also seeing there's likely going to be a flash flood warning coming, flash flood emergency coming out for Flat Gap because of that. So we'll continue to keep an eye on that. This one is over in Bays Branch in Floyd County, near Highway 321. A foot of water flowing over near Highlands Hospital. And man, that storm out west of Somerset is also blowing up. I noticed you were just looking at that, Brandon.
Yeah, that's out in the Greensburg community. They actually put a tornado warning on that storm. That's out of our viewing area, well west of I-75, but it is moving close to Somerset and Pulaski County and Wayne County, and it's going to take an hour and a half to get there, so we have some time to watch it. But those Greene and Taylor County that actually is out in central Kentucky dealing with some of those strong thunderstorms. Now at 6 o'clock, Mountain News at 6 will begin at 6:30. We'll continue our severe weather coverage until then. And we have reporters going out all across the area. So at 6:30, we'll have updates from a lot of them on the flooding situation that's going on right now in the Prestonsburg area, Floyd County, and up towards Paintsville. near Johnson County. Now the rain up there has ended, but the water levels are still very, very high. We're seeing widespread flooding in northern Floyd County and portions of Johnson County. It's going to take at least until 7, 8 o'clock to get these waters to finally fall and get these waters to move away from some of the homes, which they're surrounded by water in some areas right now. We talked about water rescues ongoing right now in the Flat Gap community. But as far as the gusty winds are concerned, and Allison, you're watching this on radar, a lot of these gusty winds are now finally starting to even push out of our Virginia counties.
That's right, Brandon. We're starting to watch these storms just continue to push southeast out of our viewing area. So that's good news for folks in our viewing area. Though, like Brandon mentioned, we are still dealing with the flooding after these strong storms move through. But luckily, the damaging winds is all starting to push out of our viewing area, so we're going to see less and less reports of those. However, we're still getting reports in of trees down. We actually just got a report in over in Hazard and Perry County. We have a tree down there, and then we also have storm reports over in Prestonburg of downed trees as well. So we're still seeing plenty of reports coming in of downed trees. We also have another one over in Magoffin County. And the flash flood warning for Johnson County and Magoffin and Morgan, again, continues until 7 o'clock tonight. Again, Brandon, go ahead.
Yeah, some of those damage reports that you were telling us are in areas where we're also getting flooding reports. So on top of some of the flooding in Prestonsburg and Paintsville, we're also getting power lines down and tree limbs down in the same areas. And we can't even pinpoint exactly all of the reports that we have of trees down, because it's pretty widespread all across eastern Kentucky, wind damage, lots of power lines down, lots of trees down. But the good news is a lot of the strong wind gusts are now pushing out of the area. The one thunderstorm that we're going to be watching closely over the next hour or so are some thunderstorms that are popping up now in Somerset and also some over towards Taylor County. Now, if we flip on over to our Facebook computer, you can actually see some of the videos that are coming in. This is actually on our Twitter page. This is over near Prestonsburg. And just take a look at some of the flooding. We can make it full screen for a brief time so you can see some of the water that is surrounding some of the homes there, Shane.
Yeah, that was sent to us from Prestonsburg. The user on that was Whitney Robinson. Thank you very much. Chris Castle sent us this picture in Johnson County near Highway 172 near the State Highway Garage. You can see the water coming up over the highway there. Once again, folks, just keep sending us those pictures. Here is a picture from Salyersville of some water coming up a little bit higher out of the creek. That was from Faith Perkins. And our own Nathan Little sent us this picture of some video of the creek rising up in Hardbury. So once again, just continue to send us those pictures on the Twitter page. Also on the WYMT Facebook page. We are continuing to monitor that. You can see the storm there and coming into Middlesboro right now. That's from Lori Benningham Brock. You can see some storm damage in Pikeville there from Deanna Atkins. Prestonsburg, Megan Mosley sending us that. Here's the park in Prestonsburg behind the fire department, continuing to show this high water coming in there. More flooding pictures. This one from Ashley Begley in Prestonsburg. We continue to just see lots and lots of pictures coming in from Prestonsburg, Knott County. The shelf cloud hasn't moved in. Another picture of Prestonsburg. I mean, Prestonsburg just getting hit the hardest. Let's move the radar back over and just take a look at what's going on. I mean, the worst of the rain's already out of the Big Sandy. However, we just continue to see those water problems stick around, and we're just going to continue to keep an eye on that as those high waters continue to rise. Let's go to our backup computer. Brandon, you're going to tell us a little bit about how to stay safe during a flash flood, and we're seeing plenty of that in the Big Sandy right now.
That's right, especially Johnson and Floyd counties, as we keep saying over and over. Flash flood emergency going on right now in Flat Gap. There's water rescues going on right now in those areas as water is surrounding homes. It's flooding out vehicles. It's flooding off mobile homes off their foundations. So you need to know what your area's flood risk is and move to higher ground if needed, especially those areas that are in Prestonsburg over towards Paintsville. Avoid walking through some of the floodwaters. Now, we just showed you a picture of some floodwaters off of our Twitter page a moment ago. You may have seen how fast the water was moving there in the background. It only takes a foot of moving water to float a car or even a small SUV. So it's very important to stay out of the floodwaters. We've had some photos sent in a little bit earlier of downtown Prestonsburg of cars driving through some of the floodwaters. It can wash out some of the roadways and you may not even see it underneath you. So that's why it's important to stay out of some of the floodwaters, Shane.
Yeah, that's right, Brandon. We're continuing to track this heavy rain. It is just causing a lot of problems. I just got a report just a few seconds ago from our buddy Timothy Hudson. He's a photographer over in Letcher County. Community of Blackie just lost power. A large tree down the power line on Paintsville. That one was sent to us on Twitter. I'm retweeting that right now. It's just a very, very just a very potent storm system that has rolled through here with the wind and the rain, and it is just continuing to cause all sorts of problems across the region. We have that flash flood emergency now for the Flat Gap community until 7 o'clock. We continue to keep an eye on a very strong storm just west of Somerset. That doesn't look like it will impact Somerset, but if you have friends out near Columbia or heading across the old Cumberland Parkway, just let them know that there's some pretty strong storm action heading down towards Columbia. That, of course, out of the WYMT viewing area. Still a pretty decent storm in Somerset and Burnside. That should move down into Whitley City here in the next few bit, and also in next little bit, also into Stearns. Some moderate rain still ongoing in Middlesboro, but the worst of that storm is now finally moving out of our coverage area. But Brandon, the wake of that storm just continuing to still cause problems, and we're still feeling the after effects of it.
That's right. Now, the strongest storm that we have in our viewing area is over there near Somerset. That's in Pulaski County, right around the Burnside area. It's diving on down the south. So it's dry right now in McCreary County, but expect more in the way of some heavy rainfall as this storm moves in. It's been pulsing up and down. It gets stronger and then weakens. It gets stronger and weakens. Right now, it's not severe. It is producing some gusty winds, likely up to 30 miles per hour or so. But we don't have a severe thunderstorm warning out for it just yet. We'll wait and see how this thunderstorm does as it moves down just to the west of I-75. Like Shane mentioned, that big storm that's off towards the west that's prompting that tornado warning out towards Taylor County, well out of our viewing area, away from eastern Kentucky. That one looks like it's going to miss our viewing area as it dives to the south-southeast, but that's a pretty strong thunderstorm. So no severe, not big-time severe weather going on in our area right now, so that's some good news as far as wind gusts and hail is concerned. The biggest threat right now, Shane, that it's turning over to is some of the flooding that continues.
Yeah, still several issues with high water. Once again, folks, if you have pictures, right now the best place to send them is the WYMT Facebook page. We're getting a little inundated on some of our other forms of media, so if you can just focus them at least in the next little bit on the Facebook page, the WYMT Facebook page, that'll help us out as far as getting them on air. But once again, we are continuing to see just lots of problems with the flooding ongoing across portions of Johnson County. Still some moderate rain through Harlan County, Bell County, back in Letcher County and Pike County. Pulaski County is where the worst storm in our coverage area is right now. Also the southern end of Lee County. Still some decent rain back up into Mingo and Logan County in West Virginia. But once again, we almost have the worst of the storm out of here. We are going to stay with severe weather coverage until 6:30. That's when we'll start Mountain News at 6, just a little bit later than normal today, and that's just because of all the heavy rain that's moved through the area, causing numerous flash flood problems. We also have the problems with trees down and power lines down. I mean, we have thousands without power now here in eastern Kentucky, so we're getting our crews out to cover that. We're still continuing to receive plenty of pictures on the WYMT Facebook page, on pics@wymt.com. If we can, let me pull this one up, see if I can get this full screen real quick before we take that. These were sent to us. Where were these from? This was on the this was to pics@wymt.com. That was sent to us from Jeremy Tackett. That was from Vicki Hamilton. Not a location on that. Folks, remember when you do send us those pictures, send us a location. You can see it looks like either a sign, some kind of sign falling on a car there. Don't know where that is, but you can see that definitely that wind caused some damage, brought that sign down right on top of that car. That's the best picture we have right there of that.
Now, Shane, you mentioned all the power outages earlier. I just want to give everyone a brief update of the power outages that we have in our viewing area. Leslie County is at right around 1,700 customers without power. In Perry County, there are over 4,000 customers without power. Over in Knott County, around 350 without power, and then over to the south in Letcher County, nearly 1,800 without power, and then in Pike County, nearly 2,500 people without power, and Floyd County, around 1,100 without power, and then off to the east in Martin County, around 1,200 without power, and then over in Johnson County, 1,700 without power. So again, we're still dealing with plenty of power outages all across our viewing area, so keep that in mind as well.
And we just had a new flood warning come out. Let me see where that is for. That is a flood warning for Magoffin County and Morgan County. I'm going to have to adjust pinpoint Doppler real quick to get that to show up. But a new flood warning, that's probably, it's not a flash flood warning, it's a longer duration flood warning there. Back off to the north. Let's see if we can get that to show up. There we go. Brandon, tell us a little bit about this new flood warning that just came out.
Yes, it's for Elliott, Floyd, Johnson, Knott, Magoffin, Martin, and Morgan County. That goes out until around 3:15 a.m. Yeah, it's going to take that long to get some of the floodwaters to finally start to recede a little bit. And the difference between a flood warning and a flash flood warning, there's a difference between the two. Flash flooding comes very quickly. We've seen that across the area. That's when the water rises just almost out of nowhere. The flood warning they turned it over to because this is going to be a long duration event. The flooding will take some time to recede, and it will likely last into the overnight hours as well. Now it's going to slowly start to recede now that we got some of the rain out of the area, but it's going to take a while to get a lot of this water to finally move out of the area and the water to get away from some of the homes, which I know a lot of homes are surrounded by water right now. You may be in Johnson County or Floyd County watching us with the flood waters rising around your home. So that's why we're on the air right now, to let you know about this flooding that's ongoing. Now we are seeing some other flooding in some other portions of the area. I know far western Lawrence County has a flash flood warning continuing for some of the high water that's going on there. But most of the severe thunderstorms have pushed out of the area. In fact, there's just our Virginia counties are underneath a severe thunderstorm warning right now, and I would suspect that's going to be expired here in the next few minutes as they continue to push off to the east and the damaging winds finally start to move out of the area. Now we do have that one other thunderstorm that's in Pulaski County, right near Somerset, near Burnside, that's moving to the south. It's producing a lot of lightning, some gusty winds to 30 miles per hour, but we're not seeing any severe weather out of that one right now. The main concern that we have is some of the flooding. You also notice that red box off towards the west near Greensburg, that tornado warning that's well out of our area moving towards Columbia. It looks like that's going to stay off towards the west and just skirt portions of far western Wayne County as we get towards the next couple of hours. So some good news. Most of the severe weather has passed, but we're still left with some of the damage left over. Not only the flooding, but Allison just updated you on the power outages, which according to her continues to rise as we speak. And we're going to continue to get some of these flooding reports sent in. We've been looking on our Facebook pages quite a lot of some of the flooding. This one is over towards Prestonsburg, some more flooding in that location. You can see some of the photos that we've been getting sent in. Here's another one of some of the roadways that are completely flooded. And you don't want to drive through any of these. We've seen several pictures of cars going through some of this water. You don't know how deep it is, and even if you do, you don't know what's underneath some of the flood waters. The road could be washed out in some areas. We've seen this time and time again of some of the roads starting to fall off some of the sides of the mountains, and in some cases you can't even see it if there's water rushing over some of the roadways, Shane.
Yeah, that's right. Now we're going to go back to pinpoint Doppler briefly while we load up some more pictures. Folks, we're getting pictures sitting to us from a bunch of different sources, and it's hard to get them pulled up cleanly without having to take time to go through a couple other things. But you can see the bottom line is just the worst of the storms are almost out of the region, but they have left tons of damage and tons of high water in their wake. We continue to just see plenty of pictures rolling in on the WYMT Facebook page. Those ominous looking storm clouds, the damage. Once again, the best way to get those pictures to us, just post them directly on the WYMT page. This picture just sent in to us from Tiffany Hawkins. You can see a tree down on 421 near Moselle. That's one that definitely caused some problems with traffic there. That is, if I'm not mistaken, that's between there in Harlan County going into Leslie County. Also, picture sent in to us from Paula Combs over in Gorman Hollow, some trees down. This one in Beattyville of the sky after the storm. You can see some limbs down there. Remember to send your pictures when you do so to include a location. This is more flooding there in Prestonburg. This one sent to us from Grant Bingham. And there you can see in Martin, Kentucky, the storm as it was rolling in. So just getting inundated with pictures here. Hard to sort through them all right now. We're just having to do a lot of analysis on the fly. But the good news is the storm is rolling out. The worst of the storm is now out of eastern Kentucky. The problem is we're just still now just having to deal with the cleanup, and we're continuing to keep our crews heading out. You can see that creek was running high there. Just lots of pictures near Prestonsburg of flooding. So overall, guys, it's a really bad situation up in the Johnson and Floyd counties.
That's right. We're also still getting some damage reports in from some of those 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts that we had move through the area just a short time ago. So you can see on Pinpoint Doppler that line continues to push out of our viewing area. And in fact, Shane, it looks like they canceled much of the severe thunderstorm warnings for much of our areas as severe winds have moved out.
Yeah, and for folks tuning in and wondering, let's go back to Pinpoint Doppler, please. Where the Mountain News at 6 is. We are going to have Mountain News at 6 coming up at 6:30. We have a lot of crews heading out now to different locations, covering the damage, getting reports ready for us. This storm has definitely packed a punch as it has rolled through eastern Kentucky, and we just want to have the most up-to-date information for you coming up. Once again, Whitensville, another area that seems to have dealt with some very heavy rain. Also, Royalton, just another location. Actually, let's pull this video up and just take a look at this. This is some high water problems over in Whitensville.
Look how fast the water is moving there in the background.
And that kind of water, when you get water flowing that fast, that's the kind of water that will cause a vehicle to float in about a foot of it. It doesn't take that much of a flow to pick up a full vehicle.
That's right, Shane. You said about a foot, right?
About 1 foot.
We also have more storm reports coming in from the winds that Brandon was talking about earlier, those 60-mile-per-hour winds. We have more reports of trees and limbs blown down, especially over in Pike County and then over in Letcher County. Not only do we have large limbs blown down, but we also have full trees that are being that have blown down as well. And we also have a tree down near the Perry and Letcher County line on Highway 7 there. So again, we're getting lots of reports from the earlier storms. These aren't from storms that are currently going through. It's just from the storms that already have gone through. And we're now getting all the damage reports in. That's
right. I mean, it's taken a while to funnel everything in, and we're literally inundated with damage reports coming in. Just as fast as we can post them, folks, we're posting them, but they are coming in hot and heavy right now. And once again, the trees down in Fleming Neon, that's a new one. Just more damage in Pike County, more trees down. So overall, folks, just the good news is the worst of it is about over. The bad news is we've got a lot of cleanup to do and not a lot of time to do it as we have more storms developing back off to our north and west. You can see here on Pinpoint Doppler, there are storms firing back into Illinois and back off to the northwest. You can see that new tornado watch box out for the greater Chicagoland area, and that area, there's going to be another cluster of storms develop, and then they are going to dive south and east and head towards eastern Kentucky. That's not what we need, but unfortunately that's what we're expecting as we head into the overnight tonight. So we have probably at this point about 8 to 10 hours before the next widespread round of severe weather moves in. Also keeping an eye back into central Kentucky, more rain developing near Moorhead back down towards Paintsville. And that is not an area that needs it. More showers firing up along I-64. Can we zoom in there, Allison, near Moorhead and just to the south there? I noticed the radar is lighting up a little bit closer there. We'll zoom in on that and take a look and see what those storms are doing as far as additional development. Now, a lot of that is the the warning boxes. You can see a few isolated cells near Moorhead firing up, and those are moving down to the south and the east. That is not something we want to see because this is an area that's already picked up close to 2 to 3 inches of rain, and more could be heading that way. If those things hold steady and develop a little bit more as they're heading south, that could definitely cause some new problems in an area that's already been inundated with heavy rain over the last few hours. Now let's go back over our flood safety temps. We're still getting a lot of reports of flooding back over into Johnson County and Morgan County. So we'll go over to our backup computer and let you know. If there is high water, if you're under a flash flood warning, that means that high water has been reported in your area, or Doppler radar has indicated enough rain to warrant a flash flood warning, and that means that flooding will be imminent. If you see flooded roadways, do not drive through them. Turn around, don't drown. It only takes about a foot of moving water to float a car or small SUV. And remember, folks, don't even walk into a flooded area. If you go into a flood zone and that stream is moving fast enough, it can be worse than a rip current at the beach. It can drag you down and carry you, and I don't care how good of a swimmer you are, you just can't swim out of it. So just know that flash flooding is serious business. It's Kentucky's deadliest form of weather, and unfortunately we're seeing a bit of it now up into Johnson and into portions of Floyd County back up towards Prestonburg. Brandon, do you have some new video here?
Yeah, look at this video. If you're not watching, if you're just listening to us in the background, you'll want to see this. This is over towards portions of Stonecrest Sports Complex.
All right, well, I'll go ahead and narrate. This is over at the sports complex over in Knott County. It looks like, or no, Floyd County, that's at Stonecrest. So there is running water all over there, and is he doing something that you're not supposed to do?
Yeah, he doesn't go across the water. You don't want to go across this water because it's moving so fast over the roadways. Sometimes it can undercut the roadway, and that's when the road starts to wash out a little bit. So that's exactly what you should do, is stop and turn around over there at the Stonecrest Sports Complex.
That's right, Brandon, and he did the right thing there. That is somebody that listens to our preaching. You do not want to drive through that. That is fast enough that it can cause just enough water to go through and cause that car to be picked up. So did the right thing there, turned around, and we will continue to just keep an eye on the flooding situation. We're about 7 minutes now from Mountain News at 6:30, a little late edition today because of the severe weather. We have crews heading all over eastern Kentucky, getting reports on the damage right now, folks. It has just been coming down hard and fast over the last 2 to 3 hours. We came on the air about 3:30 and have been on almost nonstop ever since then, as severe weather has rolled through the region. There's a lot of reports now coming in out of Estill County of some widespread trees down. That's just outside of our coverage area, but that's just an example of what we've been seeing area-wide as these storms rolled through. Trees down, or power lines and trees down on a home in Irvine in Estill County. So once again,
the emergency manager has a list of all the roadways where the trees are down. There's a list of about 13 roads, so it just shows that there's trees down just about everywhere. But Allison has some updates on some of the rainfall that has fallen over portions of the area, especially over there in Johnson and also northern Floyd County, right, Allison?
That's right. We have just over 3 inches of rain that have fallen over in Johnson County, over near Paintsville. So again, we're seeing lots of rain that has fallen, and it's continuing to cause problems with all the flooding issues. So that's why we have all those flood reports, or those flood watches that are still out for all of our viewing areas.
Yeah, and that's right. And once again, folks, we're continuing to monitor the high water problems back into portions of Johnson County, Magoffin County, and Morgan County. That's where that flood warning remains in effect until 7 o'clock tonight. And it will not surprise me if we have some potential for more flooding. Also, we have a regular flood warning that goes until 3:15 a.m. For those counties. That was because of the heavy rain now just continuing to cause drainage issues where more high water is funneling into portions of Johnson County. Johnson County especially being hard hit by the flooding, and this is an area that's already seen multiple rounds of flooding this year. This is the last thing we need. Continuing to keep an eye on the power outage situation. Brandon, if you want to pull that up for me so I can take a quick look at that. We're going to take a quick look at the outage map, and wow, the Pike County is one of the harder hit counties. Over 2,300 customers of Kentucky Power without power. Perry County, just shy of 5,000.
And it was only 4,500 not too long ago.
Yeah, that just keeps going up. So we're having more issues in Perry County, a little over 4,800 at this point. Martin County, almost 1,300, over 3,000 in Letcher County, 2,000 in Leslie County, Lawrence County, a little bit shy of 1,500, a little bit over 1,250 in Johnson County. Floyd County about 1,100, Breathitt County about 1,200. So I mean, the core of our coverage area has just been slammed with power outage issues. That was from Kentucky Power. There's also, this is over in KU, down in Lee County, Virginia, about 1,500 without power, about 200 near Big Stone Gap in Virginia. Over near Norton, there's about 1,000 without power. That's all from KU, LGE, and Old Dominion Power. So once again, this is just a very, very strong line of storms that is causing all sorts of problems across the mountains tonight. And the good news is the heaviest of it is moving out. The bad news is we've got more heading our way, and we're continuing to keep a very close eye on these storms. We'll continue to keep an eye on the potential of more storms as they develop. We're about 2.5 minutes now from Mountain News at 6:30. Once again, we're going to be on just a little bit late with Mountain News tonight because of all the storm damage. Don't want to forget our friends covered by Appalachian Power right there on the West Virginia border. Over into Wayne County, West Virginia, about 4,200 without power, 4,300 in Mingo County, 2,000 in Logan County, 400 in Buchanan County, and about 800 in Dickinson County. So once again, the worst of the storms are now out of the region besides one decent little cell down in Pulaski County, but the damage is already done. Flooding, trees down, limbs down, power lines down, you name it. We've dealt with it today as far as storm damage goes, Brandon.
That's right. We had that flood emergency over near Flat Gap where water rescues have been going on earlier, and that's the biggest thing that we're watching right now. The biggest threat that we have is the flooding going on both in Floyd County, right around Prestonsburg, and over towards Johnson County near Paintsville. All the communities right through there, there's numerous ones that have homes, water surrounding homes and mobile homes getting floated off their foundations as well. There are no severe thunderstorm warnings going on right now in our area, so that's some good news, Shane.
That is very good news, Brandon. Once again, we are getting ready for Mountain News at 6:30 right now. That'll be coming up for you here in about a minute. Are we going to break before that, or are we going straight? All right, so just let me know when you guys are ready for that, and we'll continue to just keep an eye on things. But once again, the worst of the severe weather has moved out, but now we just have to deal with high water, and we've got cleanup before the next line of storms moves in. So what we're going to do right now is we're going to go ahead and take a quick break, and then we're going to be back with Mountain News here at 6:30 on WYMT.